Welcome back, everyone, to Indie Gaming Lunch. My name's Crane Bramp, and today we're going to be taking a second look at Vampire Hunters by Gamecraft Studios. Now, we took a look at this back on the channel when it came out in July, and it was a hallway shooter that gave you lots of guns. That was its thing, like ridiculous amounts of guns all at once. And as many games have, they have had a huge update just a couple of days ago that has reimagined the concept into a full FPS with 3D levels. Now, here's the kicker. That's like a whole different game. So they kept the original game, and there's meta progression to both now. So you basically get two games in one. Absolutely fantastic concept, devs. Anyway, let me quit talking and strap up, baby, because it's time for big guns in Vampire Hunters. As I mentioned in the intro, the newest update brings a whole new mode to the game. Since these two are so vastly different, we'll play both modes. That'll make this video a bit longer than normal, so I'll make sure and timestamp it. Feel free to skip around. So this is the original hallway shooter mode. They're calling it classic mode. And then if you click this play survivors mode over here, this goes to the new 3D first-person roguelike shooter mode. And it has its own meta progression and everything. As I said, it's like two completely different games. So the hallway shooter is basically that. You start at one end of a long hallway, you move down the hallway, killing monsters. At the end of the hallway as a boss, you defeat the boss, that opens up the next level. So there is meta progression in the hallway shooter. It is a flat meta progression. There are 5 different tiers. Things like hit point regeneration, damage, collect distance, max ammo, so on and so forth. You buy these with these R points up here. They're called reputation points. You earn them during a run, depending on how good you do. And then once you get all of this tapped out, you can also click Reborn, which is like a prestige system where you keep everything, then all the progression is reset, the monsters get harder, and you get to do it again. It's also a fairly large achievement system. You can see that there's Soul, Character, Reborn, Weapon, Relics, None. Quite a few. You can see that I'm still working on them. There is a lot of stuff to unlock in this. And then finally, collections are things like inventory, weapons, bestiary, and constellations. Constellations are cards that you can play that modify your run. These exist both in the classic mode and the new survivor mode, and you can use them in both. So this is one of the rare things that spans both games. So for example, Cassiopeia, the screen is upside down. Accuracy bonus is actually engineering. Engineering bonus is actually magic. Magic power bonus is actually accuracy, and so on and so forth. So they're just modifiers for a run. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go on and jump into this. I'm going to pick the minigun because it's just one of the better starting ones. These have progression in the game depending on how much you use them, and then you can unlock various things. So there are different levels. There are 5 currently in the hallway shooter mode. I've already finished Colonnade and beat the boss there. I'm currently trying to beat Sewers, which I'm not having a lot of luck on. I still need, I think, quite a bit more lifesteal before I get to the end of the run, before I can beat the boss. Because it's just a lot of hit points. And I also unlock constellations if I do that. So let's go on and do Colonnade. It is the very first one that you'll play. And I don't want to do any spoilers or anything. So the reason he's looking behind himself is because in the original hallway shooter mode, there was a like spiked log that came behind you, and if it caught you, it would do damage to you. They've replaced that with a fog now. Now, I've never had it catch me yet, but usually what I do is I sprint at the start of the level to try to get out ahead of it. Also, sprinting or actually just holding down the shift key also spawns double monsters, which means additional experience and gold. So I usually keep that down. So we have 31 points. Let's talk about this interface to begin with. You have relics, which are like this Scenary clock, which I'm going to get, which is plus a half a second to my combo time. Those will go over there. You can look at those. And then you have 2 passive slots, 2 secondary weapon slots, and then all of these are primary weapons that you wield all at the same time. So you can have all of these slots filled and all of these weapons running at the same time. And there's also another little bonus here. If you have 2 weapons of the same quality, you can combine them up to the next higher quality. So I could combine these 2 minigun 1s into a minigun 2. For now, I just want lead down wind. The monsters are still pretty weak, so I'm going to leave them like that. These unlock as I get higher up on the level. And then you have passives like the familiar Raven, which produces like the ravens fly around you and do damage to deter people. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do here. Let's talk about fire modes. The game actually has a couple of different fire modes. You can do a traditional mode where you control the trigger yourself, or you can do what I'm doing, which is have everything auto fire as soon as you can get the cursor on it, which is actually harder than it sounds. It actually gets your accuracy up. I've gotten way better at, like, I guess you would call it twitch aiming, but let's go. We got 64 coins. So these relics, usually if I see them, I try to buy them first because they are global to damage, critical strike, and stuff like that. And those are critical to later in the run. I'm going to grab this minigun, and the flamethrower is all right, but they got to get pretty close. Let's do the elemental rifle. That gives us 4 weapons. So there we go. As you can see, they are just building up. And then you got a couple of secondary weapons that like hang up in the upper and left corners. Upper left and right hand corners, and then you also have some passives that come out in another couple of hands. I have no idea how many arms this dude has, but he's doing it up. All right, so we got a bunch of miniguns, so let's go on and do this. We're going to combine these into a 2. Also, when you hover over this, it will highlight the same weapon, so let's grab that, and then we'll combine it. That's 2 2s. We'll grab this other one and we'll combine these 2s into a 3, and then we'll grab that crucible. All right, and as you can see, this is the way it goes. So you can either do your upgrades by upgrading, by combining weapons, or you can just earn enough gold if you want to that you can buy the weapons outright. Kind of up to you how you want to do it. I kind of do a combination of both. But anyway, back to fire modes really quick after I do the shop, I guess. So I will take that lifesteal. Lifesteal is probably one of the more important stats. So we got an elemental rifle too, but we don't have any room. So I'm going to recycle that 1, and oh, we don't have enough for the 2 anyway. Well, I will get that 5% damage then. 1 weapon to really hurt us right now. Later in the runs, when things get like really hectic, making a mistake like that could cost you the level. So anyway, back to fire modes. Like I said, you can do the aim and it will fire for you. You can make that to where it's just the primary fire or also the secondary fire. So it's highly customizable however you want to do it. So 63, we can probably get 2 weapons. Let's go. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's sell the Crucible 1, grab the Crucible 2. We will grab the Crucifix Boomerang. I think I used the Ripper once and wasn't too satisfied with it. The Crucifix Boomerang seems to send out like these discs that, I don't know, seem to like hang out and do damage. I think they're supposed to be flying out and coming back, but that's not exactly what they look like they're doing. But later on, they do a bit of damage once you get them up there. So we have 2 open slots. We always want our +10 to primary power. And so contract longevity, if you're having a bad run and you really need hit points, you can get this. It makes it where you can no longer perform combos, which really sucks. So you would need to get this much later in the run, and we've only got 14 points, so we'll just have to keep going. So you can see up in the upper left-hand corner, you have a combo. That is the time between kills. I think it starts out at like half a second or a second, and then you can get items that will increase your combo time. And what your combo time does is every time you kill it, it adds like, I think, 0.1%. Then it caps out at 30%, and that's the amount chance that a monster has to drop some gold for you. So that only lasts as long as that stays there and you don't take any damage. The first time you take damage, or the first time that you let your combo go too long without killing anything, then that resets, which is always sucky. I really hate these little white bats. All right, we've got 73. As much as I want a weapon, we need that lifesteal. Oh, we do have enough for a weapon. I'll go with that laser. The laser's actually good for like point defense stuff because it's got an immediate fire. So these little guys right here rush you. So sometimes it gets hectic enough that I have to get off the shift key, but I really hate to get off the shift key at any point during the run because you're giving up your double monster spawns. And I have tested this, so they definitely do drop more experience when you're holding the shift key down. It doesn't like trim it somehow so that you get the same amount of experience and more monsters. You do get more experience, so I always hate to stop that. Now there are some aerial monsters later, these skulls, that I absolutely freaking hate. They have basically slow moving homing projectiles, and it makes it into not only a bullet heaven for you, but also a bullet hell. And that's one of the few times that I will let off with the shift key, because you do not want like 8 or 12 of those on the screen. You just can't do it. All right, so we're gonna do, we've got, I don't have enough to get the minigun and both of those, but I could get the minigun 3 and the vampire skull. The luck is better later in the run because what it does is it increases the rarity of the items that you find, but those items are more expensive. So if you get that too high of a luck early in the game, then you can't buy anything out of the store. So we're going to do plus 20 hit points and the minigun 3, and that will actually cap us out on primary weapons at least. I think I just took some freaking damage. I did. All right. So these are these skulls. They're best to concentrate on them as soon as you can, simply because of how much of a pain in the butt these guys are. Also, these guys have a tendency to screw off your combo because it takes so long to kill them. The biggest thing that I found with these guys, their biggest weakness is projectile damage. In fact, if you can get a really good sniper rifle, it takes care of them really nice. Let's see here. 139. Do we want to put more lead downstream? Well, we got to have that lifesteal. So the only thing we can buy is the submachine gun. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to get off the shift key for a minute just to, so that I don't have tons of these. You can see how much the game slows down when you come up off the shift key. It almost feels like Arctic after holding the shift key down and having all the chaos of that. But if you just want, like, I guess, I don't know if you could call this a leisurely shooter, but I mean, compared to holding the shift key down, if you just want a leisurely time, then you can do that. So back on the shift key, now that we got rid of the skulls, will y'all quit? I really would like to pick up, they have a missile launcher. They also have some secondary items that are guided that I would really like to pick up so that it would take care of some of this stuff. So we're going to take the winter orb to slow monsters. That's always a good thing. And I'm going to take that laser too. The electric chainsaw is okay, but I don't prefer it for this particular level. This particular level, I just want to be able to put as much lead downstream as I possibly can. So, all right, I will see you next level. Yeah, definitely getting a little hectic. There's one of our orbs that's a passive. All right, let's see what we got. So we can combine these two to make a 4. Might as well get rid of that 1. It is not doing anything right now. I could have bought that 1 and combined them. I didn't even see that. We'll do the laser 4. My lucky underwear. You know what? We'll try the Ripper. We'll try the Ripper and see how it works out. If I remember right, it's like a launching projectile. There's actually a weapon called the Launcher that is really good. It basically launches projectiles. You can fire them in the air, and then wherever they hit on the ground, they explode. Shotgun does knockback. The problem with knockback is that it works great on everything but the skulls. What it ends up doing is knocking them back out of your range of your machine guns and stuff. Unless you have like a sniper rifle, and then you end up with a whole crap load of them on the screen and there's too much stuff to dodge. So, yeah, it can be a bad thing. We're going to do +2 weapons. So this, I always get this. You enter a frenzy state consuming 4 blood per second. If there's no blood, life itself will be consumed. Primary weapons don't waste ammo. All enemies grant double combo. You gain 25% speed and +10% fire rate. It's stupid powerful, and I've never run out of blood. Never. You get blood by killing enemies, so if you're far enough in, you're just doing dirt anyway. So let's take that machine gun 4. I'm going to get rid of the crucifix boomerang and grab it. We'll do another reroll. I'll take that dragon whip for a secondary weapon. We'll sell the crucible 2 and take the crucible 3. I really want that minigun 5, but we'll take that Soul's Vial for another 30 max hit points, and then yeah, we're back to it, and I will see you when we go up another level. All right, so we got our machine gun 5. We definitely have enough money for it. So let's get rid of our lowest thing. Are those both lasers? We'll combine those lasers then and buy that level 5 machine gun. I do not want glass cannon. I'll take that familiar. It gives you 2 random bonuses every 30 seconds. It's actually kind of cool. We'll take that to recover 15 hit points. We have a rifle 5. Let's get rid of that machine gun 3 and throw that in there. And because we're getting so much gold, we'll go on and start putting our luck up. All right, so we're going to take Dragonheart to burn enemies near the player, and we're going to hold on to the rest of our money. Anything legendary is going to cost quite a bit of money, so... Alright, so we've got a minigun 4. I'll buy that and do a combine to make a minigun 5. We'll buy that additional dragon whip. There's another minigun 5. I will take that. I was looking for something else, but I will definitely take another minigun 5. So the minigun 5 does this little spread thing. Oh, I freaking hate these skulls, man. I also picked up another dragon whip, but freaking skulls, man. This is why I say by the end of the level, you should be delivering some pretty extreme pinpoint fire to get these guys down. And here's the boss. We're doing pretty good. 254 health. We've still got our blood skill, which our blood skill launches you forward. It kills any normal monsters in your way and then uses all your blood. So basically this level right here, we're going to sprint backwards. If you look down below me, there are lanes and they will light up. And there's going to be, see, I got to get out of there. There'll be balls go by. Yep, get out of this one. Get out of this one. Basically, I just watch under me. Up. Up. Get out of that one. So I'm going to actually have to let him catch up just a little bit because he's out of the range of my miniguns. Yeah, I don't like not running backwards here. This is okay. Now we can start running. Oh, there we go. Woo! Take that, Batzilla. I don't think that was his name, but that's what he got called. Anyway, great run, guys. We'll take a look at Survivor mode next. All right, welcome to Survivor mode. This is the new mode that was added on the new update for Vampire Survivors, and it's quite different than the hallway battler mode. In this mode, this is a true Roguelite FPS experience in that your level ups at levels, you don't get a chance to reroll. You just got to take what you get. So it's a true roguelike experience in that. You also have classes. You can see that I got this guy up here. My progress during hunts is converted into reputation level points. I've got 44 so far. There's boss tokens that can be obtained by defeating bosses. And then as in the other mode, there's reputation points based on basically how well you do during the run. The skill system is quite different in this mode also. There's a branching skill tree system. You can see some of the things here, like increases all weapon damage, max hit points, you deal 15% damage to bosses, so on and so forth. There are, I believe, 3 different classes at the moment. There is the Berserker, the Scout, and the Paladin. I played a little bit with the Paladin. Haven't messed with the Scout much. The Berserker has really been where I've been focusing on. He's kind of like a damage-focused character. The Paladin doesn't have a lot of damage to start out, and that can be a really rough thing in here. There are achievements. Again, they are shared between the modes, and then we have collections, which are basically all of your weapons, all of your ammo. There is a lot of new weapons in this mode. There's frogs and just all kinds of stuff. Cursed swords. There's all new kinds of bosses, all new kinds of monsters to frustrate you. Of course, there's constellations, and then there's all new inventory items, which are your passives. So anyway, let's jump right in. So there are 2 levels that I have unlocked so far. There are probably more, but I am not near powerful enough in this mode yet to attempt to even clearing one of these levels yet. And you'll see how bad it gets. Constellations, you can add these to your run. Again, these are modifiers. You can pause them to take a look at it. You can actually stack these if you want. All of your stats are here also so that you can see it. So let's take next. This will tell you what class that you're playing. You can choose a different class if you want to, which also changes your starting weapon. If you have any skill points that are not spent, I have some boss points that I haven't spent yet, then your skill tree will light up here. You know what? We'll go on and spend our boss points because I think it's adrenaline. Killing enemies reduces the cooldown of bloody sacrifice by 5/100ths of a second. So we'll go on and grab that, and then the next one's like 5. Each enemy you push increases your max hit point by up to 1, and you can push with various weapons. So we'll go on and choose the machine gun. Then you can choose out if you wanted to like start with a pulse gun or something else, you could. And you can spend boss points to open these up as starting weapons. So if you wanted to choose, say, the minigun, for example, I could unlock it and start with the minigun, which probably wouldn't be too terrible of an idea. I think we'll go on and actually do that. So we'll go on. It has the options for no-click primary fire, no-click secondary fire, and then you can choose up to 3 artifacts. Now, these artifacts you buy these in the skill tree, and you can buy multiple of these. So, for example, the Vampire's Hand, which does plus 3% reload speed. If I wanted to concentrate on a specific type of run where I wanted to increase my reload speed, then I could buy 3 of these, load them in the 3 ability slots, artifact slots, and then off I go. So, let's get started. In this mode, the appearance and scaling of monsters seems to work by time rather than anything else. So in this mode, it becomes very, very, very important that as soon as possible you start picking up experience and start leveling up and getting your weapons up, because if you don't, you're gonna have a problem. We're gonna go on and go double miniguns. Not really sure what we're going to get otherwise. Also, in this mode, all of your weapon slots are unlocked. However, you cannot combine nor can you change primary or secondary weapons once you have selected them and filled a slot. We're going to take Familiar Rat. It actually creates a wave of rats that goes out and does an area of attack. It works really good on this map. You'll notice that there are all of these ramps. They expect you to kite these huge groups of monsters up these ramps and basically walk them back. That's what you end up doing late game. I took damage. Oh, these guys are sneaking up behind me. That's why. There are very, very, very few chances to heal in this level, in this mode right here. So taking any damage is a pain in the butt. Also, you may have seen there was a chest flashing. You may not have, but there are chests that appear on the level that allow you, that are basically a free level. They give you a free weapon upgrade or something similar. We're going to take a Familiar Rat because we've got to upgrade something. The only thing about these miniguns is that until you get much farther in the game, they have a fairly long recharge time, but you do get death reload, which is a 10% chance to just reload on the death of any enemy. So if you can launch enough stuff downstream, then you got it. Cursed Sword, secondary weapon, Imbue. Increases weapon damage until the end of the run when killing an enemy. I've never run this, but that sounds really interesting, and we'll go on and take that. So what I usually end up doing is posting up on one of these. Let's go on and take that minigun 4. It'll give us a little bit of area damage. This monster right here, this pain in the ass right here, is the reason that you want a weapon that is of a decent level by the time they appear. If you don't concentrate on getting at least a level 4 or a level 5 weapon by the time that guy appears, he will almost wreck your run because he's got so many hit points. He's also fast. So we're going to take Blessed Lightning, I believe, because it's got electricity damage, and that will slow people down. There's also an electric weapon that there he is, that does, how do I want to say it? It does like a sphere of electricity. That was really good. And, yeah, it just slows everything down in it and makes it really nice. So hopefully we get it. It starts with an S. I can't remember. Some Russian name. But anyway, I'm going to speed this up a little bit and maybe take a couple of levels real quick, and then we'll continue on from here. All right, we took a secondary weapon called a Dragoon. It basically sends out a dragon, energy dragon. The reason I took it, not necessarily because I like it, but because it does area damage, and I'm really starting to get pushed back. So we are gonna take the machine gun, actually. It's a little bit higher damage than the miniguns. The miniguns are more for putting out like just mass amounts of lead, but the the machine gun, once you upgrade it, is pretty tight too. So anyway, we're gonna speed this up a little bit because it's gonna be a minute before we get any more powerful, and I will see you here in a bit. Whoop! That was a bad thing. Oh, never mind. We got a boss. So Tyleth, I've never fought this dude before. Would have to be a boss that I've never fought for me to demo. Where is this dude at? Oh, it's the eye dude. I have fought this dude before. You freaking get off of me, man. Die, die, die. All right. So this dude right here needs to die. I'm not going to get hit by that. All right, so we're going to go into F, which is like super mode, our little blood skill, which lets us do more damage and all kinds of other stuff. We didn't get a chance to kill him, but I am on this dude's ass. Come here, dude. Come here. Come here. Come here, man. Come here. Really need to... Will you get out of the way, Mr. Eyeball? Will you go? Will you go, please? Shice. Getting... This dude needs to die. You need to die, dude, so I can get back on my thing. There we go. There we go. I was scared they were going to get me up in there and get me trapped while I was trying to kill that dude. So let's get over here while everybody's out busy. Pick up a bunch of this experience and then get back on our ramps. We'll do Blessed Lightning too. I'll grab all of this, all of this. We'll take a mini gun upgrade. Whoops. And then we will go right back up the ramp. All right, we got a little bit of an upgrade on our weapons, not much. Here come these dudes, which are the stand-up. Wait, why are the freaking eyeballs still here? I just killed the boss. I guess I have to kill them separate. Oh, come on, man, die. Will you get it? You're a jester, but I am not laughing, homeboy. Come on, come on, come on. I believe that they do have weak spots. Like, if you shoot these guys in the heads, they seem to die quicker. But it's kind of hard to tell, so... Anyway. Alright, let's take this Blessed Lightning 3. Jeez, come on, guys. Out of there, out of there, out of... I was really trying to, like, build it up to go for... Oh, shit! Oh, I can't believe that. I deserve that. I wasn't watching behind me. So obviously there are multiple ramps, and this is one of the reasons that you want to have one weapon that's doing some dirt before you take on the 3D levels. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm actually enjoying the new update. I really like it now, and this has actually been one of the games that I've been playing in my off time, as you can tell. So anyway, I appreciate you guys showing up. If you like what you see, if you like what you saw, remember, hit that big red subscribe button. I will see you back next time on Indie Gaming Lunch. You guys have an awesome day.